There's a 2026 sitting outside. A PlayStation 3? Yeah, how do I put this nicely? It's not exactly fresh out of the box. This thing dropped way back in 2006, which in gaming years is basically ancient history. Like, this console is old enough to remember when people argued about Blu-ray versus HD DVD. But hey, don't let the age fool you. It might be from 2006, but it's still got more personality than half the next-gen stuff out there. Yeah, it's been almost 20 years, which in tech terms is basically fossil age. Like, this thing should be in a museum next to dial-up internet and flip phones. But here's the twist. While the modern gaming industry is going through, let's call it, a midlife crisis, sky-high prices, endless subscriptions, games launching half-finished, people still want to play. That part never changed. So what do people do? They start looking for solutions, and a lot of them end up going backwards. Not because they have to, but because it actually makes sense. That's where consoles like the PlayStation 3 come in. It's like the gaming equivalent of comfort food. No nonsense, no $100 price tags for unfinished games, just plug in and play. And suddenly, that ancient console from 2006 doesn't look so outdated after all. It looks like a pretty smart move. But honestly, that's not the only reason people are buying a PlayStation 3 in 2026, especially a modded one. There are actually a ton of different reasons, and they all make sense in their own way. For example, some people grab one for their kids as a first console. It's affordable, it's packed with games, and let's be real, if it gets dropped, spilled on, or accidentally tested for gravity, it's not going to hurt your wallet nearly as much as a brand new console. Then you've got the nostalgia crowd, the people who hear that PS3 startup sound and instantly get transported back in time. No updates, no battle passes, just pure gaming. And for some, it's about unfinished business. Like, man, when I was a kid, I never had a PS3, now it's my time. It's basically adult money fixing childhood problems, and honestly, that's a beautiful thing. There are tons of reasons, different people, different stories, but one thing's clear. Even in 2026, the PlayStation 3 is still selling surprisingly well, which is kind of wild for a console that's old enough to legally drink in some countries. So now, let me break it down for you, why you actually need to buy a PlayStation 3 in 2026. Yeah, I said need, not want, not maybe, need, because once you see these reasons, you might start wondering why you don't already have one sitting under your TV. So let's get into it. Here are the top reasons why the PS3 is still an absolute beast in 2026. Reason number 1, it still feels modern. This is honestly one of my favorite things about the PlayStation 3. It's almost 20 years old, but it doesn't feel like it. Unlike some older consoles that need weird adapters, converters, and a PhD in ancient technology just to show a picture, the PS3 keeps it simple. It uses a standard HDMI cable, the exact same one you're already using for your modern TV or monitor. So what does that mean? No extra gear, no confusing setup. You literally just take it out of the box, plug it into your TV, hit the power button, and boom, you're gaming. Reason number 2, the game library is still awesome. Alright, let's talk about the games, because this is where the PlayStation 3 really starts flexing. Yeah, the games are old, but don't let that fool you. A lot of PS3 titles still look amazing today. We're not talking about blurry pixels or blocky characters. This is real HD gaming. No, it's not PlayStation 5 level graphics, but honestly, it still holds up way better than you'd expect. Take God of War 3 for example. That game came out over a decade ago, and it still looks absolutely insane. The scale, the detail, the smooth gameplay, it doesn't feel retro, it feels timeless. And that's the thing with the PS3 library. So many games aged like fine wine, not like expired milk. So when people say old games, don't picture something outdated. Picture a massive library of high-quality titles that still look great and play even better. Speaking of the library, the PlayStation 3 has over 5,000 games. Yeah, 5,000. That's not a library, that's a lifestyle. And here's where things get really interesting with a modded console. Everything becomes ridiculously convenient. There are apps like PKGI, which by the way comes pre-installed on our consoles, that let you browse and download games directly from the console itself. No PC, no cables, no weird setup. So what does that look like in real life? You're sitting on your couch, scrolling through a massive list of games like it's Netflix. What do I feel like playing today? Just click, download, and then play. That's it. No discs to swap, no store to drive to, no waiting around. It's honestly kind of dangerous, because with that many games just sitting there one click away, you might spend more time choosing what to play than actually playing. And if somehow 5,000 PS3 games isn't enough for you, it gets even crazier. A modded PlayStation 3 doesn't just stop at PS3 games. You can also play classics from PlayStation and PlayStation 2, plus a huge library of PlayStation portable titles. But wait, there's more. You can also run emulators for retro systems like Nintendo, Sega, Game Boy, and many more. So now you're not just buying a console, you're basically getting a time machine. One device that lets you jump from modern-ish HD games to full-on retro classics in seconds. We're talking thousands and thousands of extra games on top of an already massive PS3 library. At this point, calling it a console almost feels wrong. It's more like an all-in-one gaming museum that fits under your TV. Reason number 5, homebrew apps and utilities. With custom firmware, the PlayStation 3 unlocks a whole new level of functionality. We're not just talking about gaming anymore. This thing turns into a full-on multi-purpose machine. You get access to powerful homebrew apps like Multiman and Webman, which let you manage and launch your games directly from the internal or external hard drive. But it doesn't stop there. You've got file managers, media players, system tools. You can basically customize the console however you want. Want to watch movies, organize files, or tweak system settings? Done. And for the tech-savvy crowd, you can even run custom software or experiment with things like Linux environments. At this point, the PS3 isn't just a console anymore. It's part gaming system, part media center, part hacker playground. So at the end of the day, the PlayStation 3 isn't just an old console. It's a powerhouse waiting to be unlocked. With a modded PS3, you get free games, emulators, homebrew apps, full media capabilities, and a system that can do way more than Sony ever intended. Instead of spending hundreds on new consoles and games, you can have an all-in-one entertainment machine that still holds up today. Whether you're into retro gaming, classic PS3 titles, or just want a versatile system, this is one of the best value setups you can get. And trust me, you'll have a ton of fun. So if you've been thinking about it, this is your sign. Don't sleep on the PS3. And if you're looking for a custom PlayStation console, you can place an order on our website. We ship free anywhere in Canada and the US, and for worldwide orders, there's a small extra fee. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. And of course, if you have any questions, drop a comment below. I'll be happy to help.